There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work of my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear Paris, who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you say no money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't clear ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't clear ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat to San to Bagbolu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world, and that's why you glue to us. That's why when we are here, you follow us, especially those of you who are always on our back, making sure that we on the, we on the air all of the time. Again, we want to say the pleasant good evening, people. Share the show, those of you who just joining us. Share the show. Today is the second to the last day in the month of December and in the year 2025. Wow. God be God. Very soon we'll be wishing all of us happy new year and be saying bye-bye to 2025. That's good. That's the best thing to do in this life. When you're alive, you got to be grateful to the Almighty Creator, at least that we cross over, and we'll be able to, to think about what happened, what are some of the mistakes that we made personally in our life. So sometimes some of us we don't think about the mistakes that we make. We think that we are superhuman. We don't make mistakes. We think that we don't hurt other people. Everything about us is good. Even to the extent that even our relationships, everything about us is good as long as it's you. We don't care about you. We don't care about how you think. We don't care about what you are doing. We don't care about the kind of things that you are going through. But some people, they know how to let things go. Some people, they will come by and say, no, I'm wrong, and let me apologize for my wrongdoing. And let me, yes, indeed, I will work on myself. Because if you don't do, trust me, the next person there, they will feel that you want to control them. You want to, make them feel that they are nobody. Just because maybe they don't have the hands, they don't have money. So every other thing you say is just about you. By the way, people, share the show. More will soon be here with us. Brother Ali will soon join us here this evening, Tuesday. So many things ongoing. For a matter of fact, we almost into the end of the year, and the year now, end of the year is getting in fact tense. Especially politics. Politically, is getting tense, and that's it. But when it comes to other news, especially when it comes to entertainment, sports, the AFCON or the African Cup of Nations is ongoing in Morocco, and right now as we speak, they are from group stage. Now people are now qualifying now for the quarterfinals. So if you see your country that you are supporting, or maybe that you cheer, or maybe that you want to support, if you see them into the quarterfinals, then that's good. But if your country or your team that you are supporting out, well, then you can find another team, to support. And other people are complaining, oh, how come the Nation Cup is so poor, people are not really, going there, people are not attending. Yes, that's what happened when you put people into poverty, Yes, because for us here in Africa, we are poor. People want to go out of the world and watch this kind of games or maybe this kind of a tournament. But how do you go there? Even the plane ticket. You don't even have the plane ticket if you even talk about hotel money. So you see where we're heading to as people, as nation, as continent. Africa is just so sorry for is sorry for. That's the kind of people we are. We just poor, poor, and poor. Everything about us is poor, poor, and poor. But guess what? We get money though. We get resources. We are rich, but our leaders are our problems. So just watch the game the way you see it. Don't be complaining. Oh, the other fee or the other game is empty or it's packed. People are there or people are not attending. No. Don't be worrying about that because it's just normal. Even right here in Liberia, most of our games, most of our local leagues, or maybe some of the leagues around here, they are all poorly attended, and nobody want to go there. People feel frustrated. Somebody get 500 dollars in their pocket. They're thinking about what to eat. I'm going to carry them on the feet. You see some of the problem there. So Africa, our leaders, you got to do better. But again, people, good evening. Yes, my people, good evening. Today we'll be asking all of you, our followers, our listeners today about your best person. I will bring out of the shit. I will in some kind of more, between some kind of more tensions. So yeah, but I still have to have these sheets here in my possession this evening, so that you will call in today and tell us who your best lawmaker or representative of the year, also who your best senator of the year, who your best government official of the year, that means from the executive side, who that person you think that do better, at least that do better than you think, because when they buy more than the good, there where you see that people will complain. But it doesn't mean that people are not working, other people are not trying. No, even in a home, the father will be trying all of his best, right? But I've no other helping and nothing to do. The mother to just sitting and all the kind of thing. Guess what? All of the tension will go back to the father. So that's why you hear some of the noise, some of the way people are talking, I think, yes, because they buy more than the good. The good are just 1 or 2%, but they buy 98%. Why? Because corruption. People want to steal from people. People want to get rich when they come into government. Government now is the only way now that people can get rich so easily. You work somewhere for 5, 6 years, you don't get money. I think you enter government in less than 6 months, you already building your duplex. So again, good evening. Share the show. Share the show. Today we'll be asking all of you, even those of you who are also doing us, also place for comment. You tell us who that person you have to see. We will go to that later on after looking out some it's good to be back on a beautiful Tuesday, even though on our side, you people are now cheering up for the year end. I've seen the President Donald Trump already start a celebration for 2026. But good evening, my brother. What's up?
Yeah, maybe good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. How you doing and how's the country?
Well, I'm doing good, my brother. Thank God for life, and Liberia is good as we are ending the 2025 and moving into 2026. Our people or the citizens, they are all gearing up by the grace of the Almighty God to enter 2026. So yes, indeed, politically, Liberia is getting charged, especially coming from both sides, the oppositions and the ruling positions. You know, it's not easy now. War, who have projects, who don't have projects, and so forth. So I guess that 2026 will be interesting. With also with the saga of the speaker, Honorable Richard Nagbe Kun, also Wahala stay on, and we're also getting unconfirmed reports that some of his colleagues they are gearing up also as usual to have him removed or maybe himself maybe let them resign. These are unconfirmed reports or news that we are getting up from the corridor. You know, sometimes people always say, where there is smoke, there is fire, or where there is fire, there is smoke. So far, my brother, these are some of the happening back home. I don't know what are some of the things that caught your attention, maybe throughout the day. But apart from the county sport meet, yes, quickly, the county sport meet, Grand came out won the protest against Lofa and Lofa far in for on the pew. So we are still waiting, maybe by this time, as to what's going to happen next with the appeal that have been filed in by Lofa County as to whether they will still go ahead to participate into the county meet or they will be disqualified based on the claims that were leveled against them by Grand Cayman County. So yes, so far so good, my brother. These are happening apart from the African Cup of Nations, where we are watching and following all of the activities happening there in Morocco.
Okay, Maybon, that's good to know. Yeah, that's good to know for from the country. Yeah, I think so far so good. Like we continue to say yesterday we discussed the same thing about the speaker and it's getting interesting. Like Mon said, 2026, I think that will be another distraction, and that will be the 2026 development of the Unity Party agenda, the removal of the speaker, the deputy speaker, ways, means, and finance, because I think these are the three people that they want to get rid of. From what we are hearing, a communication that we are getting behind the scene, and now again another one had drawn into it where the speaker married his sister. So all of these things, the 2026 is going to be juicy in the horse again. When they finish with the other case, then that will be the next thing. But we just urge them, whatsoever they're doing, they should do it peacefully and carefully. We don't want another chamber being burned again for the removal of those people. Yes, well, so far so good.
Yes, thank you, my brother. But let's go back to sport quickly before going deeper into that. Then at the end of the day, we'll also have earlier today we may likely open the lines sooner so that we can hear from our people. But let's move back. What say you with the National County Sport Meet with the happening and you know myself, I have my own take on the or maybe from the organizers and the way they always organize the tournaments, especially according to them, this tournament is meant for peace and reconciliation. But every time there will be issues, there will be bad feelings, there will be disagreement, there will be fights, there will be a lot of things happening. I don't know why this thing keep happening. Are we really bringing forth the tournament for peace and reconciliation, or we are just doing things the same like real way? What say you? Because Lofa County now far in and appeal, and for me, if you ask me today on the very fair note, I will tell you that no need to disqualify Lofa County because they play for their points and they get the point because the match commission were on the field. The actually called the Ministry of Youth and Sports that also organized the tournament. They were also there. And prior to every game, the player or the coach will send in the listing of their players. So what we really want from my brother? What say you with all of the happening? And this is not the first, then the second, then the third.
Like you said, I think this council meet is there for unity, reconciliation, and to bring peace. All of these things, they are good. It's part of the peace process within the country. Yeah, wherein people from different counties are getting together to come at least to play, even though at the end of the day, somebody must be a winner to carry the trophy. But to see this kind of thing happening is like people are not thinking in that direction, like, oh, we are going here to share fun and to see how we can reconcile with one another. It's all about peace, it's all about just merry making. But probably other people go there with different emotional feeling and with different mindset. Like you talking about those other people far in, say what kind of filing they did, because I'm not actually following this whole thing. Oh, I know I want Greg K. McCarthy to carry the cup. That's my main concern. At the end of the day, even though I for them was supporting Greg K. Man so that they can be cooking me more Kasawali. So I'm supporting Greg K. McCarthy because of my wife. But so far, so good. These are some of the reasons why this tournament are for peace, reconciliation, and to make fun. But people go there with different mindset and seeing those kind of the other person file motion, petition, this and that, all kind of thing. I don't really know what's going on. But at the end of the day, we just pray everything should be done peaceful and end in a peaceful manner wherein everybody can go with the mutual understanding and good feeling instead of bad feeling at the end of the tournament.
Wonderful. Thank you, my dear brother. So those of you who are following us, that's it. When it comes to the issue of the county sport meet, the entire tournament, and brother Ali, I don't know how come Liberia will continue to do one thing over and over and there are no progress. Because that tournament, I thought that tournament was all about maybe looking for players, especially young, talent, sparking young talent, bringing up this talent, or maybe somebody having talent. But how can it turn into business? Because from all indication, what I'm seeing now is all about business. We are no longer looking for that person. Because if you say, like, for example, my country, if you say Grandjele, I thought we should be looking for that player, that son, who also, who had that talent in them also, and they will be given opportunity to play for the county team. How come it's not turning into business? What are you?
That's the Mayborn. They turn it into business because Liberia corruption is everywhere. Anything people get into, they care less about their integrity and character. It brought it down to some of these things. Because I think means should be something that had to do with business or any other thing. Like we said, these things are meant for reconciliation, togetherness, and peace. This is another way of peace building in the country where all the countries are meeting together, at least so they can play this game. At the end of the day, you will get to know somebody. Maybe you knew this person from Nima, but had to see them, no way to go there. And this thing bring people together. Well, Liberia, we're good at using, or they want to use this opportunity now as a means of carry on some corruption and other things like business and things. People always looking for means to do something in the bike that will be contrary to what this entire thing was meant for. So that is it.
Yes, my brother, you are quite correct. Monk is here. Even though other people have been complaining about the AFCON, that is poorly attended. People don't really go there. But even the contest for me, get right here in Liberia. How many people go to the football field to even cheer the county to even victory? Some of the people, they don't even have money. But anyway, my brother, Monk is here. Monk, good evening and welcome, my dear brother. We start with sports. Then another thing, maybe then we can transition into having our people on today. But what say you, my brother? Good evening. Welcome.
Well, not much. It's great to be here. Today we're one more day to the end of the year. Tomorrow going to be the last day officially of 2025. And I can foresee the drama that's coming. It's going to be another useless years in Liberia, and they already gave you indication. I love for all to make projection on Sktv. That one of the most important skills to have in life. When you can make projection, you can just see things happening now and know what will happen in the future. People always talk about, no, don't worry about the future. Worry about the present. The present is what determines the future. What you will do today will determine how the future will look like. So you cannot be looking to the future. You cannot be looking to the past. You can only concentrate on the present. And from all indicators, or indications, it look like, because they don't give a flying rip about you, the voters in Liberia. They only care about power, how to steal. They want to be on committee. That's why you see them talking about the deputy speaker, the speaker, including the Ways and Means chair, because these are the people that control the purse. And for them, it's all about money, it's all about getting rich, it's all about consolidating power. So for you, the average Liberian out there, you can kiss 2026 and another goodbye. Nothing going to happen for you. So just forget about that. But yeah, it's a problem. I've been following. For me, I'm now a fan of the county meet, because I think I love his essence in terms of strengthening sport. African Cup of Nations are held every 2 years. It's not like World Cup. World Cup is once every 4 years. And since the foundation of since the start of the competition itself on the continent, Liberia have participated only twice, or 1996 in South Africa and Mali 2002. So from 2002 to 2025, it had been 23 years. That almost more than a generation we are yet to qualify. And the idea of the counter meet primarily was to spark talents. Go around the country, look for young people, strengthen the national team, strengthen the national league, and then you try to compete in regional and continental tournaments. But in the case, it has become more political. It divided us even more on sectarian and tribal lines. So I don't find interest in counter meet. I don't pay attention. I don't know which group they're in. I don't know when they play. I care less. I mean, it might sound very disheartening, but that's just my own understanding, my own perception of the counter meet. Because when you are doing things, you do it for a reason, with a desirable outcome. If you cannot get the outcome, and if you lost the essence as to why you even engaged in that process, then it's a waste of time and resources. So all I see people wearing their counter jersey, no, I'm a nationalist. I'm not a tribalist. I want to see my national team and the domestic league in Liberia doing better. Then I know we are making progress, not counter meet. So you can entertain yourself all you want. That's your personal view. But for a guy like me, I have no interest in the counter meet. And you talk about our driving coming, rushing to be on the show. I heard you talking about grading our public officials in terms of performance. You know, I was leaning a little bit to the LRA, because they say they have beat expectation in terms of revenue. I got 804, but they got 819 million. I don't know how they calculate numbers in Liberia. Apparently, they just play with the numbers to fool the average person, but I don't fall for that crap. We just increased our debt. Our debt stock now is $2.7 billion, both domestic and international debt. If you cannot pay people on time, how do you beat expectation and exceed or revenue generation? Even if you say you improve the process of collecting revenue, the fact of the matter is, I know revenue generation is incumbent upon the growth of the economy and how hot. In America, when we say the economy is hot, like in America, the second quarter we recorded 3.8% growth in GDP. The Treasury Department, they raised $144 billion in tariff. So what the Trump administration is doing, for the first time in years, every American making below $150,000 will get $2,000 in tax return as an extra incentive from the federal government. Then by June or July of next year, they will send a rebate check in the amount of another $2,000. So it means the average American will receive $4,000 in paycheck sending back to them. And it never came from taxes. It only came from the extra revenue we generated from tariff. Because recently we increased tariff on all the countries that were doing business. That process alone has generated more than $144 billion excess money sitting in the treasury. And that's why Americans will be receiving rebate. But you want to tell me you are beating expectation in raising revenue, but you cannot even pay employees on time. Your debt keep increasing. The economy is not doing better. I cannot hear about market. We've been talking about we're making more sales and people are buying our product. Everybody talking about hard time. So who paying the taxes? It's something I'm yet to understand. But when you look at it, I know they're playing games with the typical Liberian. So I don't buy into anything. I'm not going to give anybody credit because I don't have that particular template or that benchmark to make any logical decision to say, you know what, this minister is overperforming or underperforming. So for me, the whole rescue government is zero for me. I could care less. I'm not giving nobody credit for anything. Our lawmaker, but I don't even consider them because I know they're not even sensible.
Well, thank you, Mark. In fact, for you to even bring up about the entire the ARA stuff, you are quite correct. Myself, I saw that, I witnessed, in fact, their press conference. I was watching, and you know, Mark, myself, I was thinking almost the same way that you were thinking about it. In fact, Mark, I was also thinking beyond that. Okay, if the people are saying that maybe they by but next year they will raise up to 1.2 billion according to them. And now they are also talking about how they raise close to
a record. Everything for that record breaking. Even the revenue generation, the first time here to the raise that kind of money, but yet people didn't take pay for the Christmas season. And
so I'm confused. I said, no, at least even if you're going to say yes, we raise up to 900 million. I say, oh, okay, wow. That means that we is making progress. That means that maybe next year, our next year will be juicy, it will be good. Like we say more, you will be right. Because if I would have followed in a home, maybe I'm going home, all my pockets are all choked with money. But my children, they are not feeling no impact. Do you think that they will be thinking that maybe that money is my money, or maybe something is wrong, or maybe I'm lying to them or something more? Because this is interesting though, and that's why I keep telling you the best point.
That's why I keep telling you everything is done with the intention of politics. Politics being front and center. Because you ask any economist, I know. Look, maybe when they say an economy is hot, when the economy is doing better, it means that people have disposable income. And the whole thing about economy, no matter what kind of principle they can use, what kind of $10 million they can use, or austerity, or how they can call it, or tax, all this stuff. Any economic principle, it only comes down to two things. When people are optimistic, that's what they call consumer confidence. When you expect to get money in the future, you will spend money now. The reason because you know in the future you will get it back, right? You get job, your job is paying more. When they say the economy is not doing good, it means that people are not optimistic about the future. So the little resources that they have in that possession, they will hold it because they are afraid to spend. And when you can spend, it means the money cannot circulate. And when money cannot circulate, it means that trouble for the economy. When people are spending, when they say consumer confidence is high, it means I got $500 in my pocket, I go to work at Aisha or to one Kobosha, Lababido, even food, Pama Liquor, because I understand 2 weeks from now we get money again. So it will encourage me for me to spend. But in the case of Liberia, the economy is not doing better. You are not bringing jobs. You're taking on more debt. You cannot pay employees. How in the hell are you generating excess revenue? Who paying those taxes?
And that's a question.
We got some money machine now at the central bank that when you go to bed, you can print money at night. Because I really want to know who's actually paying these taxes in the form of revenue. Where it's coming from? Maybe you guys can help me. You and Ali.
Yes, but Ali, we overheard that through the ARA, they are saying that I think it is that 18 million. Yes, they said 18 million. Our budget supposed to be 804 million according to them, and they were able to add something around 18 million. I think less than 1.2 or 3% of their or maybe of the budget. So yeah. But I think that go back, like Mon just said, some of these things sometimes those guys from UA, they always be saying the tracker down effect, the way these things affect our common people, the market people, the way the money in the market, our people, they are, that businesses are going, then they know that all of these things they grab, they other one go so they want to cancel, then these things are making impact in their life. But we keep hearing about money, and all of the monies are still in the cycle of our, should we call them the billionaire people or the billionaire club or our politicians? But what say you, my brother, with the LRA Wahala?
But first of all, how many jobs the government has created in 2 years? You're in the country. Because when you raising the kind of money, we don't know how many jobs have been created, how many people paying taxes in the country for you to be able to raise this kind of money. And this is just another rhetoric that they coming to do some cover up and other things. The Unity Party, they full of rhetoric. And what I can understand, the moment the government come out and say something or some of the ministry or agency, and people start to celebrate this thing, we are even said, do we any fight funny? I don't know why we good at celebrating things that we know nothing about. When the news sounds so good out there, we go about celebrating. We are even said doing any proper investigation to actually know as to whether this is a good news or not. Once you don't celebrate, then you're against the government. If you're raising that kind of money, right now, that days go Christmas, and even the after tomorrow, New Year, people are not yet even taking salaries. Then if you're raising this kind of money, where is the money coming from that people cannot even say take pay on time? there is no salary increment if you're raising all of this money. So where are you putting the money? So this is just another rhetoric, and then people will go about to celebrate, and then they will say, oh yes, don't be surprised to see that in Joseph Boakai or State of Nation address. He's going to put it there. And this is how they play on the people's mind. Yes, the people say, oh yeah, the Unity Party doing well.
Oh, you can expect that one, Ali. I'm not cutting you up, but you can expect that.
Well, definitely, you have to expect that one.
Record revenue, you can expect that in the State of the Nation address. Oh, 100% put my money on it.
Yes, they are going to put it there. Then now you ask yourself, how many jobs had the government created? How many people taking pay on time? Even you be generating that kind of money, how many people's salary have been increased? But now they're going to put it that as part of their 2 years achievement or their 2025 achievement. But then, why is the impact of it on the lives of the people? So that's just it there.
Especially the civil servant. I go
Yes,
back to
the
the
civil servant that you people give.
the civil servant, Mark,
Yes.
because if you're saying that, in fact, that you are maybe generating some money or the kind of more huge sum of money, then that means even it can be all of us, maybe even I may any kind of more impact in maybe in some of our life who are not into government, which of course I know that I've known my brother and sister who are also in government, when their salaries of their money increase, that means myself too, even the woman in the market too, that will also make impact in your life. But Mom, there are
sorry there. And one thing I always say this, like this government, they campaign heavily on salary harmonization, and today they are in power. And if this government was to just focus on increasing people's salary as they promised, this government are going to get a good stay in 2029 election, but they are waiting for 2028. This is why they are already playing 2028. Then they start to increase civil servant salary to 400, 500. And then to see how they can cajole them to say, oh, hey, we increase your salary when you're not voting for any other government. This is what they have planned. And this is
no government so easily in Liberia, Israel, Africa.
That's one of the main things people expected from the government, salary increment. That the people
let me say Africa
expectation.
Yeah, so Mark, so there you have it. But say you with all of the because the issue of giving back to people who work hard, it's difficult, especially for our government officials, for our leaders. They don't easily give back to people that serve them. I think we said that. I think our Christmas Eve or one of the days, maybe before Christmas.
I think they few days before the Christmas.
Exactly, my brother.
That's how that's what you call incentive. You want to encourage people to give you. Look, let me tell you something. Make money. You can make money so many different ways. That's why in America, when they say profit is not only in cash. It's all about how efficient the worker can do their job. Because when you are more efficient, it means your productivity or your output will increase. And when your output increase, guess what happens? You make more money. So sometimes the money can come in different form. And how you do that? You got to make people pay them decent wages. You get some extra incentives and benefits, like what we do with our military, from the Navy to the Army, all of them $1,700 paycheck before the Christmas. Okay, that is not much, but it go a long way. Imagine you're getting a regular paycheck and you come home, you open your mailbox, you see another paycheck for $1,700. That's a motivating factor for you. It means that you are doing something better, and that's the government will be appreciating you. In our case, you can't even pay people decent wages. You are taking on more debt that will keep the country further into poverty, and yet you think people are stupid enough to buy the idea that you are beating expectation and setting record for revenue generation. Okay, you want to tell me that you beat the outcome for 2024 by 119 million. Now, if a government is going to generate 119 million, it means something must be happening in the economy. It means there should be more employment, more people are entering into the labor force, more people are paying taxes. But guess what they did? In this good budget, of all the things that they did, they increased taxes on everyday Liberia. The people are already suffering. The value-added tax or goods and services tax, they increased it by 1.2%. So you cannot keep putting people further into poverty and then telling them the thing that you're generating revenue. That's a lie. So it means you are digging hole to cover hole with the expectation that I'm so stupid enough to not understand the game that you are playing. I see no signs in the economy, no major employment going on. You are not increasing people's salary. People are struggling to even get by on a monthly basis. Government employee cannot take pay, and you keep telling me that you are setting record for generating revenue. When state-owned enterprises cannot even pay into the government cover, like who do I love that to you, brother? I may not be the smartest man in the world, but I'm not stupid enough.
And there where our even capital more, because all of the monies that they are also talking about, we are yet to even see. Like you're talking about some of the SOEs talking about, oh yes, I was able to raise 5 million and I put it into the government account or into the budget, or maybe I contributed to the budget. Nothing of such. So where are the money that they are collecting also outside of the budget going? For me, I'm a bit confused though. Maybe I think to be corrected, but how can people be doing business for government, like for example, Monk, and they are not giving back to the government?
Because me, if I'm the rescue mission, if I'm raising extra $119 million in setting record, it means that all the civil servants you can expect a season and bugging they have in your paycheck in terms of increment. That's more than enough money to pay half the labor force in the government, in the public sector. Because we're talking about excess money, or better still, I'm going to take on some big-term project to divert that money so that the average Liberian can say yes, whether it's in agriculture, whether it's in infrastructure. Because we're talking about 119 million, my brother, in a single year now. You beat expectation, but yet you are still taking on debt. You came and met 2.3 or 2.4 billion. Now it's 2.7. Pretty soon, our debt will be $3 billion, almost the size of the entire GDP. But you want to tell me because you see that Mon, Aliu, and Mabon, we are so stupid enough that you can brainwash off all the body nonsense they call setting record in revenue generation. Like, come on, say that to your fools. You don't. Sktv will not take that crap. You can carry it to some other station, maybe to Eugene Fagon, LBS, maybe.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. People who are still making $90, $100, $150, they are celebrating it instead of them sitting to add themselves. If the government had generated this kind of money, why is it there is no salary increment? You still making $90, $100. They are not acting themselves, but they are celebrating. I don't really know what's happening to our minds.
No, the reason there, but I leave sometimes for me, I don't want to blame some of the people because look, my brother, even you and myself who are even talking, see the way the guys they are bashing you and myself. Just see the kind of way our system is right now. See the kind. I think you were around the free time when the front page Africa boss were crying, right? So tell me someone that making $90 wouldn't even have no hope of even getting any kind of a store boy job anytime soon. Making $90. LDA officer. You want that man to go say what? But so the issue of job security is another thing. That's what I keep telling people. So now they blame, they will call on the radio stations and be complaining. Then the other entity, they want to. I say yes. Some of you will continue to cry because your government is the champion for all of the wickedness that are going on. They are the one that giving birth to all of these things. Why would someone be making $90? Why would someone be making $90?
Let me get you something on phone, right? This morning, we talked about this issue a long time ago, how they can be playing with the numbers. It's nothing new. So when I woke up this morning, I was going through all the local dealers just to get an idea. I said, you know what? Sktv would love to be ahead of the game. That's why we don't do your gossip politics here. We talk about mostly pressing issues because we know at the end of the day, we'll come back to the same things we discussed. So when I saw the article in Front Page Africa, the funniest thing, right? From the Front Page Africa, there was an FSA. This is what the LRA boss said. They said Jala emphasized that the record-breaking revenue were achieved despite severe institutional and operational constraints, including limited financial resources, logistics, and manpower. Okay, even if you are the stupidest person in this world, the man who collected money said he never had sufficient money to even collect money. So how is collecting money? He's talking about operational and institutional constraint in collecting taxes. So that they themselves, they never had a resource to go and collect money. It's almost like saying, Mabon is an inspector in the market. He's supposed to go to dollar market to go and collect taxes from market women. Then Mabon say, but Mom, I ain't even get copy to even take the first or taxi for you to go to dollar market. So Mabon, then how you collecting money from the market women? You even get copy to take it to the market, right? That's why the LRA board is telling me. You got operational and institutional constraint, including financial resources. But you are telling me you're raising more money. All right.
The men are collecting the money.
He even got money to collect money.
Oh, God. Yeah. Look, and it's good. Mark, it's good because we love party. We love individual more than our country. And these are things, Mark. So for me, sometimes when these things are happening, sometimes I sit back in my corner and say yes, in fact, it's good. Because when Liberians open their eyes and not accepting all kinds of things, even just in the name of political party, yes, I'm from their party. When you open your eyes and say, no, this is wrong, look at the kind of thing more. Someone who collecting money, telling you that they face with a lot of challenges to go out. Someone who collecting money that you can use anytime to get all of the things you want. But the man telling you now, no, we face difficulty, even to move for the go rest. Well, let's move forward. Because this is indeed interesting. And when you say these simple, you think that you're against. But at the end of the day, this government will come and leave us in poverty. What we are saying here is that we don't want government in, government out, and we are still into poverty. We are still struggling into that thing we call the wilderness. Because for me, from all indications, we're going to be in the same poverty. We want to remove, in fact, nobody will easily take off poverty, because if they rescue government, these people who just today they were behaving like, by the time they take power today, that may immediately, for me, including all of Liberians, that were thinking that immediately things will change to even go to 2 years now. And you're telling me that you're raising money, you're collecting money, but to even go for the money, it can give you hard time, you face some challenges here and there. Man,
You ain't got money to go collect money, but yeah, he got an environmental people. He got financial constraint, but yeah, he raising revenue. We have never seen history, and he even got money to go collect money.
But you go ahead, any other thing, then maybe then we can talk about the speaker thing. I think we'll open the line, then we'll ask our people what they made of their own government, and I think that would be good. That we end the whole show. But let's go back to the other.
Yes, I saw something, but we'll discuss that tomorrow. This is very much important for us to discuss, and also the speaker saga. Yeah.
What you saw? Maybe just us. Maybe
no, it was about your CSA boss. What he needs, what the guy need?
Doctor, you gotta put doctor to the menu. Doctor Josiah Joker.
Josiah, what I know, Josiah Joker. For the problem here, they are talking about LPA, this and that. How will you go to on the Bonnie store and you say, oh yes, I'm coming to set up a biometric here, that if Maybon happy to come here, he want 2 bundle of zinc, he want nail and thing. When he come, the moment he put his thumb over there, all his information will come out, and then you will be able to give him what you want. Without even discussing it with those civil servants that are working under you, to those various ministry or agency, there were nothing like waiver of their right, because that's your biometric. To just go and give it to somebody like that because you're going to get a sheet of zinc. And I look at that thing and say, I don't think this is good. And first of all, you're not an HR to be doing that. I think the best thing you should have done was like, okay, yeah, when Maybon come here, you go, okay, yeah, Maybon working to finance ministry. Okay, this is a ID, this is a ID number, everything is in the system. So if Maybon go to Seti brother, oh yes, I'm from finance ministry, I came here to get something. You can ask Maybon for a ID, you get it, and you're looking at your computer, whatsoever in your system. And then for verification again, you can ask him for the full last digit of a ID number, just to make sure. But for you to be giving people fingerprint or their biometric to people because they're going to get a sheet or zinc or whatsoever, I don't think.
I'm not understanding what you are saying. Are you saying that the fingerprint,
yes,
of a civil servant, or maybe yes, that place on the ID card, or with, I would really want to get something.
If you go to Seti brother, maybe you working to finance ministry, they get us a LPA where.
Yes, I know about the LPA that you're talking about.
So if you go to Seti brother now, oh yes, I'm Johnson Maybon Kula, I'm here to get so and so thing because I qualify for, I know howsoever they can set up their things, and then you go in that machine to do your fingerprint, wherein they have put everything in the database. The moment you put your thumb there, and then your name will where you working, the department you working in, everything will come out. And for me, in my mind, I don't think that is right. Yes,
So what's
because
the issue that you have with it? Because I really want to know, because myself, I think I have
and the
opposing view
issue
to
I have
that.
with it
Mm,
is like the
mm,
thing we were talking quite recently about the I say 1.24 million, what kind of million they are giving to Liberia to
mm.
collect people database, their health database. It's almost like the same thing because your biometric, this is something very much important that you're going to give out there to people. So I think the best thing he should have done was you can go Melbourne to final ministry, your full name, everything is in the people's system, and then when you get there, you call your name, you give your ID, and they can even say, ask you, okay, yeah, Melbourne, what's the last full digit of your ID number? Just like that, those things should be in the system, and then they can call now, oh yeah, mom, one Johnson Melbourne cooler is here. Yes, but for you to go and say somebody had to go and do a fingerprint, you give all that information, their name, their date of birth, wheresoever they live, everything. For me, in my mind, it didn't go down well with me.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
So that's the issue that we have. All right, I understand your issue. All right. Well, that's a good point, because some people are left for all of their information to be out. Indeed, but again, for me, my point to that would be like, even the money that these people are making, and I don't know how many, maybe how much that they are taking as maybe on a monthly basis, or maybe how much they are taking, how many percentage that they are taking from their salaries. For me, I think these are issues that I really want to know about, as to how much they will be paying per month according to maybe what they may easily taking from the store, from somebody, maybe businesses. But again, look, I have a little problem with that. Let me go, because he done that to Josiah Joker. He been doing well, to admit. He's one person that I seriously admire. But sometimes too overzealous and intimidating people, and behaving like, you know, you are like, almost like you want to overshadow, because see, as a boss, I think you are almost like you are the one who's supposed to be in the interest of the people, because they're where you are as a boss for them. So sometimes I see some of his communication, I see some of his posts and so forth. Sometimes it be like, but some of these things are sometimes against the civil servant. In short, is that sometimes you will post with things like you are intimidating them, because these are some of the reasons why today you haven't heard anything about civil servant talking, civil servant protesting, civil servant coming out. Because why? You know, he fought hard and put them into cage. Let me just say that way. Because that, for me, I see it. He put them into cage, that they can't easily talk, they can't easily say anything he said. That's the fact, that's the final, and that's just it. So for me, that's my one problem that I have with Josiah Joker, and I hope that Dr. Joker will really do better, maybe moving forward, 2026. Allow the people. You are the one that controlling them, and you are their supervisor. You are their boss. They're supposed to be coming to you with their complaints, everything that they have. But even if they have social media issues, maybe disagreement when they say, "Oh, your government didn't pay yet." He's always on the internet, acting like he want to. And some of these people that are not also honor his watch. I don't know whether maybe or you don't know. I don't know. But if you know, well, then that's that. If you know that some of these people, they are not honor your watch, even when they say government and pay other people yet, some of you'll get angry. And when you find out for true, yes, it's true. There are other people who are not under your control, but they also work for the government, and some of them are taking pay. Well,
And maybe
again,
what I'm telling
yeah.
you, this thing is because these are things that when you want to do, the HR administration should be able to call all those workers to those various ministry and agency and make them to understand that, oh yes, we are going to give out all your information to Jetty or Sktv-Lib, all of these things. That when you go there now, you have to go and do fingerprint where in all your information, because this are very much important information that you're going to get out there, because you should be looking at the long-term effect that is going to have on them. You see, But really, I don't know. But now when you ask some of those people, they will be like, but we even say know anything about that because they didn't discuss it with them. You see, and I think these are work of HR. They know how to carry all these things, but everybody want to overlap function. You see, but it was, for me, in my mind, it was not good. Yes. You can go and get Mayborn ID number, everything, Mayborn picture, everything is in the database. When you go there, you call a name, you ask him for the last 4 digits of his ID number. When you call it 2010, and then you know, oh yes, then you can ask him now, okay, yes, and then you proceed from there. But to just go and give all his information out there, for me, it's not right.
Well, that's it. More we have about 8 more minutes to go for the news break. I don't know, but I think we're talking about the government officials, the lawmaker must say for him. He said, you don't have anybody. I don't know about you. Whether you have any of
all the lawmakers,
from the both houses. Maybe there was a representative in that of the Senate. Then we'll go back maybe to the executive and see maybe your directors or the minister of the year and other ministry. Maybe what some of the ministries or maybe some of the agencies that you think
that my best lawmaker, even though people say he crazy, he rule, he this, he that, my best lawmaker is Yeke Koluba. Because I believe if we could get about 10 or 15 of Yeke Koluba that will be consistent as Yeke Koluba is, we will get a better House of Representative or whatsoever, and we get a better Liberia. But just that it is here alone. So the people will look at it as, oh yes, nonsense minority. You see, because it just here alone. So Yeke Koluba is my best lawmaker. And when it comes to whatsoever minister or whosoever, or for that I will listen to our audience. They always say the only thing the government had done, stable electricity and water. So I will give it to Mo Ali and the electricity boss, because why? That's why their government can brag about, oh, we get stable electricity, we get running water. So what they say is what we follow. So for that, I will say Mo Ali and the LEC boss. But when it comes to the best lawmaker, I take Yeke Koluba over everybody in that place. When it comes to senator, zero.
Well, there's a reason, when the lawmakers, they are a body, right? So usually we don't do individual. We measure progress based on the bill and kind of stuff they can put forward, resolution. But equally so, they got individual that will perform. The reason being, when you perform as an individual, we cannot track your success because we never got a bill as a reaction from your protest or from your advocacy. But if we want to talk about individual performance, then I would say the top 3 would be Yeke Koluba, who is head and shoulder above everybody. And I think your poll work on the OKFM. I think Chairman Belete came out on top from the lower house, and Darrell Dillon came out at number 1 from the Senate. So I will give them credit if they're on an individual basis. But if we're talking about in terms of performance and in terms of getting results from their advocacy or from proposing a resolution or a bill, then I would say that the entire body, they never perform, because I can see them putting the executive under pressure in terms of results. So it will be a very tough thing to kind of analyze. And for the executive brain, maybe I think Ali will be right. If the people are saying that they got stable water electricity, then we might as well give those 2 individual credit, because for them they don't need any other legislation because they are individuals. So you can give them credit. But as a body for the legislature, no, I could give individual there's flowers. Like I named the top 3: Chairman Belete, Yeke Koluba, Darius Dillon. In any order you want to put it in, I think those were the 3 that's 2 head and shoulder above their colleagues. So we got to give them credit for that individually.
Great. And let me ask both of you, let's go back to their collective effort, or maybe 2 of you, anybody can respond. Collective effort, the government.
That's my problem right there. The collective effort, that why I cannot see from our lawmaker, that's why I don't take them seriously. Matter of fact, they're already planning another coup for next year that will likely consume maybe half of the year. That's why I'm telling you, as a body, I'm not giving them credit for nothing. I'm going to give them a D or an F, because the main reason you have the look, every country make progress. If you say you want to practice this so-called myth you call democracy comes from laws. I say laws were meant to guarantee success. And any country in the world, the president is an individual, the body. That's why they are giving more power all over the world. They are the only people that can remove a president. A president cannot remove a lawmaker, but a lawmaker can remove a president. Can you imagine? They can impeach a Supreme Court justice. So they are the most powerful. In the case of Liberia, no, you don't see what they are doing as a unit. But when it comes to stealing money, when it comes to increasing their own budget, they got the other group in the corner that say reformists. When last you become a reformer for Liberian people? The majority of black, they call it a new name because they're ready to remove Rachel Kuhn, like we predicted. They got a new name. They call it a reformers movement. Why are you reforming?
Reforming to remove the speaker.
But we'll talk about that when we come after the break. We'll talk about the next political battle that is coming that will disrupt the whole country like we saw. Because you know what? Here's the thing that's coming. They say they got a historic budget and they want more money. That's why they're targeting Ways and Means. They're targeting the Rules Committee because you know they're coming with another quorum. If you threaten that you will boycott the opening ceremony of the legislature, you are literally saying the speaker won't have that magic word, quorum. Quorum, right? That speaker won't have the quorum again to conduct business. And don't forget, the rule of law caucus is already standing in the wind. They're just waiting. So, my brother, you got another thing coming. But anyway, after the break, we'll discuss about that maybe.
Yes, wonderful. But I want to say you collective effort, or maybe the both. Maybe you want to go to the lower house, or maybe there was a Senate, or maybe you want to compile all of them together. Then we'll go to the executive. And then maybe the judiciary, even though we're not talking anything about the judiciary, I don't know what
yes, I don't talk about them because they're asking for more money.
But go ahead,
the whole judicial system that have been compromised according to Nyame Kweke, and since he took over, he haven't yet changed anything. And they keep increasing. Say now, it have been compromised more than ever before. Like it today, rape allegation, 14 years today, we can't hear anything about it. Maybe I get nothing to say about these people. Like Mo said, yeah, Chairman Berete been out there. He been trying his best. So far, he's the only person we are seeing talking somehow in the interest of the country. Like when it came to this whole their $1.2 billion budget and other things. But again, who are those people to stand with him? These are some of the things, like I said, when Yeke Koluba speak, nobody there to stand with him. Even though what he's saying is the best thing. And people will be there, what kind of law you have made? They said that even his advocacy he's doing, if his friends in our house, a colleague, if they had that man said that, Yeke, I think we could have a better country. So for me, what I say is just it, nothing else.
Well, there we go. I don't know whether you guys will hold on, Ali, for the news, and we'll come back. Then we chip into the speakership.
Break. You can post something for our people to be listening to, please.
all right, yeah, that's good. So let me see quickly that I can get some kind of video here quickly that will play for our people until we come back from the news break. But again, people, if you just joining, this is the a day to the a few hours. We go have 1 day, few hours to go into 2026. So again, we want to say a pleasant good evening and a happy pre-New Year to all of you, our people, our supporters, and our well-wishers. Yes, indeed, this evening we'll be asking you about your best government official, the best government entity, or your maybe the ministries, or maybe your director of the year, the person that you think that least, because we can just put all of them into one blanket and say, yes, they are all, no, other people have been doing well. But because when they bad more than the good, you can see nothing, because the bad ones always making sure that they make all of the apples rotten. So again, good evening, welcome. A moment for now, we'll be joining our news team to bring you 15 minutes of news bulletin that run up to 7:15. And at 7:15, we continue with our Sktv show here this evening. Please, let's remain peaceful. Let's respectfully disagree. That's the best thing to do. And I'm enjoying the new politics. We're about to enter in 2026 month. The politics now is about, how do you call it, intellectualized, or what you may call, people now, yeah, they have the BB word they put together. Everybody now want to speak out. People want to showcase what they are doing, what the government is doing. No more, they kind of combative politics.
Yeah, they try to intellectualize the politics that give
good. So that's it. So if you dare people, just get it in mind that no more plenty talking. Yeah. Showcase your political party, what they can do, what they can do. If a party build mansion, show it to the Liberian people that yes, my party build mansion. If a party do this, that the new politics, nobody will be causing people here and there anymore. Will not take it from anybody. No more causing. Let's go straight to the issues. Let's discuss the issues and showcase your party strength or your leadership, tell the people that yes, your leaders, they are far better, and give reasons. It's very easy. Tell people, I can sit there and tell you that yes, Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, one person who challenge whole government.
Yes. You know, maybe you know the thing I found comical about like, brother, why I say the people don't have regard for the voters because the voters themselves, they are not serious-minded people. So politicians will never take them seriously. You know, we keep saying it on the show, in order for you to make progress, you want for lawmakers to form caucuses. Caucuses is how powerful you can become in the legislature because when you get your colleague on board and you're all believing certain idea, you can push legislation and kind of a resolution for the people that will benefit. Like I assume, if 30 lawmakers were to say, we are assembling as a group to make sure civil servant salaries are increased, right now, the executive will do, they will follow suit. They will put the law on the books. They can say, you know what? Because the cost of living has increased and inflation, we got to increase our civil servant salary. That's lawmakers. Then you get a caucus. A caucus will be a body of men who share that same sentiment, and they will put pressure on their colleague to pass a bill. But in the case of Labrador, no, you don't see caucuses when it comes to things that benefit people. It's only when it comes to fight for power in their own house, right? You saw the rule of law caucus. They only came out when the Fonanti Kofa situation came. Now you got another group that says reformist movement because now they want money, they want to be on committee, they want to remove the speaker. So you only form caucuses when it benefits you.
Exactly. In fact, it just have to be in your interest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the people that send you there, you could care less about them. They probably can just go to hell. That's just why you have no regard for them anyways. So maybe it's so sympathetic.
And they are the defense force because I call most of them the government defense force, but most of them now they become personal defense force. So Monk, you are quite correct. People, we just defend anybody that want to defend, whether it's necessary or not. No, we don't care. All we care about is I know I can get my maybe my cup of rest for that person. Yes, I will defend that person until maybe the person says yes, finished. Because Monk, you just nailed something. Why would a group of people who have the full power to remove even president, even chief justice, why would a group sit down and allow themselves to be controlled because of selling money or something that they want? Mm-hmm. And this is only unique to Liberia and other Africa. You don't see this kind of thing in the Western world, but we play TV. We want to travel. We want to do miracle. We want now go now to play miracle so that we can go to the Western world. No. You can better your home. You can make things right for yourself. But because our leaders, they always want to do things that will favor them. Look at Sir Joseph and Thomas' father. Are these people to real life? Monk, real life to yourself.
I heard him saying for the first time he's most secure on Joseph Boakai in the program. I was like, what are you talking about? Talking about secure. Even if you have this agreement with the former president, you're telling me now you are most secure. Is that a coded phrase for talking that you are more tribalistic? Mm-hmm. Have you have made that statement if you was another president wanting to be president, let's say not from Lofa County? What do you mean by for the first time feel secure on a presidency? Are you serious, Joseph? I know sometimes individual lawmaker can go along ahead with the president. But when you're talking about being secure, no, you are literally saying, I'm happy because Lufian is in power and I'm from Lofa County. That's a tribalistic, that's a sentimental statement you made. It's not because your life have been threatened or somebody's coming after you. No, you and the president, you can go along ahead or anything. Even in America, we got lawmaker. We just saw majority law green win against Trump, even though she was a diehard supporter of Trump. It's common in politics. It means that you guys are enemies. You just don't share idea. You're not on the same page when it comes to certain things happening. Where the president calls speech from you, but to talk about you secure as a lawmaker, that kind of a choice of word was very poor. Come on, get it.
But my brother,
in power, that's it. Just say for
even to that, maybe sometimes maybe there can be some issues behind the scene, right? Yeah. That you just put it.
In fact, he's a party official. Not only being a senator, he's also a party official. So technically, things can be happening in the party that can make you to be a loggerhead with the president. That's exactly politics.
So for you to come out and say, "Oh yes, I in fact the other maybe government, I in fact I'm more this," well, that's the politics for me. I'm looking at the issue of bettering the life of our people. Will these people better the life of our people? Says here from now on, no. Guess what? This same group of people that will jump to another political party and tell you that, in fact, I feel more home If they will say the more home there. If
They
I'm
can sleep, right? They are home more than where they can even sleep.
Oh yes, yes, Mark. And who going to feed the weight? I was saying poor struggling people, the voters.
Mm-hmm.
The same voters.
They always victim. Anything they come last. When in fact they should be the first. The regular everyday Liberian always come last in anything. They don't even consider their opinions or their view. They don't do public or generic survey to say, let me just get an idea as to how the people sticking out there before we can even make decision. No. For them that people platoon, they could care less about them. They care like
because the reason that because the reason there is that these people they take political party. Let me tell you. They take political party business and put it in their head. They take a lot for individual and put it in their head. They take they trouble, they religious things, and everything about no more. Look, if I keep saying these things, even if you bring 50 planes here today and ask Liberian who all want to go, they all going to be empty. So the love for country is not there. People are just fake.
Yeah.
They are fake. What they can get, how the troublemaker be someone. Most of the people that are all attacking people here and there. Follow most of the background, you will see most of them coming from someone around, either from Lofa or from the other end, or from the just insulting back to back. As if to say that even if you from Lofa, there are other people too that from Lofa. What happened to Mobile? Where Mobile come from? They from Lofa. So if you insulting people just because they are criticizing or maybe about things that happen in the country, the way things are going, they are criticizing, and all you think is just about your personal feeling, how you feel, how you want for things to be, how you think that no, even how we talking here today, neighbor, if president come from even in my hometown, and I'm having this opportunity, I will still talk the way I'm talking. I will still talk because I want the president to do better so that tomorrow, when the president maybe leave from that position or more, at least tomorrow, the name will be there that yes, when the president was in or when the president was in power, yeah, what they do, they did this, they do all kinds of things, yes, at least for the betterment of the country. Not for only one person. In this country, for all Liberians. No matter what kind of position.
Yeah, the funny thing, right? There's something I cannot understand about my country. I don't know how, like I keep saying, I don't know how our brain and how our thinking work because it can confuse me all the time. You know, when you are going through crisis in terms of political uprising and maybe revolution, right? You don't ask why it's happening to you. The question you ask in life is, what can I learn from the crisis that I went through? One of the main reasons we experienced civil conflict and why people were targeted was because they in travel land. When Samuel Doe was president, when they were walking, who they targeted? They targeted people that brought coup. Other people targeted crime people, right? At certain point in time, Mandingo people were targeted because of this same political power. So my question is, if you play tribalistic politics, you will always be the victim because that's what the history said. Even when the True Party were in power, when power shifted, they targeted them. All the 13 men that were killed on the port, they were people that belonged to the American Liberian background. So if the history is there to remind you that stay away from tribal politics, after the war, more than 45 years later, since 1980, how can you still be playing tribalistic game? When in fact you know the end result for being tribalistic can only be worse on you. I cannot tell, right? Let me give you a good example. Other than few individuals that will benefit from the president inner circle, I bet one person to call on this line to say, oh, because Samuel Doe came from Grenjida, so all the Grenjida are rich people in Labrador, they are better off. Who can call to say, oh, because President George came from the Southeast, since he became president, all the crew people, how many are there? They still impoverished. So the whole idea that you want to play tribal politics, I cannot see the benefit. How does it impact your life? How can you benefit? Because matter of fact, the history said that you should run away from it because we knew the devastating effect of playing tribalistic politics. And when one tribe take power, the moment things go wrong, you become a target. So why we keep making the same mistake even 45 years after his woman? I cannot wrap my head around. It's so confusing.
And let me just add up before Brother Ali come on, Monk, you just said something very, 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 very sad. And that just, in fact, a lot of people died. A lot of people lost their lives just because of the same thing that we are saying today. People, instead of us now, because more by them we will say yes, by them there were no technology, we were not at this level, electricity and so forth, yes. But more for us to reach to this level where even a 12 years old child can hold a smartphone, tablet, all these things in their possession, have access to internet, and he's saying insulting people. No, you are saying about myself, I'm still trying to wrap my head around our people. So that even when you talk right now, people insulting you, calling you this and that, I don't get it. As if the same will come here, we'll come back to come preach about ANC or CDC or the kind of no, or you no one care about any kind of political party. It's your choice. Go to the political party headquarters and dress the way you want to dress and be with them. But for us, we are holding our leaders accountable for what because they are into these your positions. If Mo Ali is not director of what and so, who get down from Mo Ali?
Yeah.
So that's just simple logic. We're going to talk about more. Yesterday, all the former CDC officials, where are they today? Some of them they are in school, some of them they are schooling here, and some of them they have a trouble yet. You hearing their name anymore?
No, it's done. That's just it. Only the party, only the tribe that in power, like I said, they all become victim of their whole power struggle. So you will want to believe, based on the history, that our people should be running away from tribal politics. Matter of fact, I don't even want to vote for someone from my region, because I know when things go wrong, based on the history, we will become target. So why do I want to make myself a target if I'm not going to benefit anything? Why, maybe? My country is not the richest country. You have not improved because the president came from your region. You still remain poor. You still hungry. No school fee. So why you keep putting your life at risk because you want to play tribal politics? How can it benefit you?
And nothing happened yesterday before, but Ali coming quickly or tell you something while I can bob my head. The same thing happened yesterday. So, the guy, the young guy, they were talking, arguing. So the other guy said, for me, I'll not allow me from Nimba. But all of the politicians, they are all the same. I will not put my neck on chopping board and say because from Nimba. So, I will get American or the other, I will no. And he make me just say, wow. He said, yeah, bro, I will not allow to anybody. Things are not right, things are not fine. And we've been into this cycle forever so long. So how come here we can't talk about because I'm from Nima? So yeah, no. I'm not like the politicians, they are all the same. See them like that and see how best you can take yourself from among them. First of all, get this thing in mind that almost all of the politicians, they are the same. See them like that first. When you see them like that, then you will know how to handle them, how to hold them, how to even discuss issues with them, because they will always lie to you. They will get back up. And if they should be rest around, okay.
They even getting the whole better girl to them a cup. Can you imagine that kind of a disgrace? Can you imagine giving you rent?
Yeah. So when I say our brothers insulting people here and there, for me, I can be thinking that the front page Africa boss saying you were right. You just insulting. Everything about you just insulting for what reason nobody know. What are you insulting for? The power is in your hand. Nobody taking the power from you now until 6 years. Nobody going to even say yes, give up the power now until election time. The best thing to do now is how to transform things, how to transform the life of the Liberian. You were talking, you get vexed. So you want everybody to be pressing. Who come here with pressing. Now what you want? After 20 years of wasted years, you want us to come here and be praising some of us. Then you just take up on the radio. But I didn't another thing because some of them, for me, I can't make it, and I will not allow to anybody. I will not come here and see black and say it's white. No.
Yeah, I guess like we've been saying this. That one of the things that destroying our country. Yes, because when election time coming again, 2029, and that's how you see people voting on tribal line, religious line. And these things, they are not taking us anywhere. Monk said, when you from my region, I can't vote for you because anything tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
that yes, you were all voted for Masale because he from the side. This is what happening. People, even though you know that I'm not qualified, but because of we speak the same dialect, the travel line and things, but it is what it is. No matter how we talk it, people will say we stay our own, they will still go back and do the same thing. Then at the end of the day, oh, our own son, we trusted him, we thought he could have done better. And someone who was qualified for the job, you didn't vote for him because he don't speak your dialect or whatsoever, but because of your son. So maybe let's hear from the people. Like we just say our own to be on the record.
Yeah, that's what we can do, right?
Yes.
Give the information and let them decide. It's up to them.
How we can do, yes.
Yep.
How we can do more. Let me frank. Some of us will just say these things and for the record's sake, because people will always want to insult, they want to say what they want to say. But for me, I always tell them, go to the pool and be let anybody of the choice. It's up to you. Nobody's stopping you to tell you that, oh yeah, don't be United Party person or don't be civic or don't be no, it's up to you. You won't be CMC, you won't be OCC, you won't be all the judges. It's up to you. The only thing is when you have the leaders in our various positions, some of us will have the kind of opportunity to talk when we are talking. So that's it. You can bring anybody of your choice. That's it. So let's move to the line. But Mark, quickly.
Oh, we're going to the line earlier today, right? I mean, it gets 17 minutes past the hour. I mean, how you schedule, how you program today?
Okay, no. Why not just go ahead a little bit because Brother Ali will maybe talking about going to the line earlier. But let's move more. I wanted to ask you people about the kind of maybe political tension that is coming.
We had to talk about the reformists.
Are we entering into 2029, 2026, or what's going on? What say you, my brother? Because we're not sensing like there's a battle now between the ruling positions and the former ruling position because it's getting tense. What say you? Are we entering 2029 in 2026?
No, the one that happened in 2026 is not mostly about 2029. It's mostly about power, and this power vacuum has been created by our speaker by virtue of the surrounding controversies that keep popping up. And I told you, people were going to take advantage of it. That politics. Everybody want that 1.8 million budget. We got a record budget. We got record revenue. So people want to get on committee. You know, there's always a fight now whenever the budget is around because the budget is the biggest instrument. That's how people get rich overnight. You got to be on committee. You got to be on committee chair. You got to be speaker. That's how you make the most money. So it seems like every time the budget comes around, there got to be some power struggle in the house. And that's exactly what's happening. But yeah, it's how they are trying to frame it because they believe. That's why I keep saying, we are only on Sktv to give information and to do research to give it to you, the listeners. That's our job. We are not going to twist the angle to play politics because the new narrative they are coming with, you know, they call it dog poop. You know, you can put dog shit in the bowl and put ice on it, make it look like cake, but I said dog poop on it. So the new narrative they are framing is they are concerned about the salary adjustment, about improper treatment of the staff, how they are delaying civil servant salary and people didn't get paid. No, that's the talking point. But the main reason they are coming with another quorum or leadership fight is they believe that the borderland, when it comes to the various constituencies, right, that is sort of benefit because that money for them to steal. Agriculture break, the other break, they are saying the money that were discussed, that were approved, as compared to the money that has been put out in the public, a little bit confusing. They are discrepancy. So they want their money back. That technically what they're saying in layman terms. But for the Irish president, they'll say, oh, the people are advocating for, oh, no, that's a lie. That's not the true intent. First of all, they want to remove the speaker. That's one is a clear cut. Second of all, they want to make sure that their money for their various congressional district in terms of those pet projects, they are all guaranteed. That the next thing. Third of all, they want to put people on committees. Because like I said, that's where you make the most money. That's where most of your lawmaker get rich over that because people got to go there and go and negotiate. You know, right? That's how the backroom deals happen. You sit on committee. Why they target the Ways, Means, and Finance Committee, including the Rules Committee? Because they know they are powerful institutions within the first branch of government that can influence who sits on the committee, how much you get. That's why they are targeting. So technically, you are getting a part 2 of Speaker Kofa removal. Because the budget has something to do with a removal too. United Party wanted to control the money. You cannot be a ruling party in their view, and then you have the opposition party controlling the first branch of government, controlling the press. It means they will accumulate more money to make them powerful even in the next election cycle. But the only difference is the opposition is not coming from the minority black this time around. It's coming from within your own caucus, which happens to be the majority black, and that spelled even bigger trouble for him than Fonanti Kofa, because Fonanti Kofa it came from the opposite side. But with Richard Kun is coming from within his own caucus, that's what made his situation worse. And I can guarantee you, he's not going to survive it. The only thing I know, 2026 is going to be another drama year for the Liberian people. So if you're ordinary Liberian out there that are hoping for the best, just cancel 2026 out, because maybe 5 to 6 months again, you'll be in the same quagmire and the same rigmarole about speakership, leadership vacuum. The next one comes.
Great. Brother Ali, what say you? You just listen to our brother, but what say you? I know you've been following also.
But that's it that we said it yesterday, and it is coming to light, and that's going to be the 2026 saga now. The removal of these people, the speaker, the deputy speaker, the ways and means chairman, and whether you like it or not, it must happen. Even though for me, the only thing I say, we know what happened just to remove one man, Kofa, they burned down the Capitol building. Now that 3 persons in line. So we just
No, the going for the executive mansion.
We had the executive mansion now they're coming to go for. So we just begging them not to burn. We even finish facing our 1 year. But this is something like I said, for Richard Kun, his umpire is really hard, because I insect behavior and all had tied down to this thing. If I is in the pipeline. But again, they shouldn't burn down any part of the Capitol building right now. They should just know how they're doing it, because just to remove one man, they burn down the Capitol building. Why much about 3 persons, and we already get
so
they are working together. The people they in meeting, they on the phone day and night. They talking. Other people are joining them. Until right now, they are about 24, 25, excluding those other people who are on phone calling this and that, say, oh yes, I will, you guys. So when they all get together now, this next year, January, we're going to see something else.
Yeah, we have about a day now, a few hours to go. Then we'll be enjoying. But hopefully, maybe by next week, maybe the tension will start. But more, what say you with some of the news also coming from within the cycle of the Unity Party? Allegedly that they are also they are showing behind all of the happening, because some of their propagandists, we hear them talking on the internet. Yes, let the man be removed or let the man resign. What say you, Mom? How will the government want, or the executive branch want to fight the person who, quote unquote, the part of them, in fact, who decided to give their heart on their soul and their whatsoever to them?
It's about the power, it's not about the party. We don't vote on ideology in Liberia. We can claim to be part of the same party, but when it comes to the speakership, it's about individual benefits. So I'm not surprised that, like I said, the only difference between Fonanti Kofa removal and that of Richard Kun is Richard Kun is kind of a self-inflated. Fonanti Kofa was a power struggle. And when you let politicians get away with one thing, they will do it, they will multiply. That's why they are coming for 4 now instead of 1. Fonanti Kofa, they came for just in the speaker, no one that the deputy speaker, ways and means chair, rules and rules and accountability chair, whatsoever. They are talking about 4 in group. So if they could bring the Capitol building because of Fonanti Kofa, then I know maybe Joseph Bagamana even has to be played at the end of the day. And this time around, it's coming from within their own caucus, the same people that supported him. And I said it in the show, when you set precedent in politics, negative precedent, it will come back to haunt you either way. Now, you remove Fonanti Kofa, but the same methodology that you use, and worst of all, like what I say for him, there is no argument, because he generated his own demise, right? He was the one that formulated his own destruction, confirming that this woman is your sister. People say you were messing with, people say you were messing with them when they were man child support. So it was self-inflicted on his part, because I think he had all the option to have killed this thing from the beginning. They call it catch and kill. In PR, you catch the news, you kill the news before it goes to the public. That's what you do.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And our people, the one thing I said during the Fonanti Kofa situation, we're talking about, I didn't know, constitution and politics, they never told the Supreme Court to interpret politics, they told them to interpret constitutional matter. The first thing we say on this show, if you are a peace-loving Liberian and I believe in democracy and the rule of law, go to your local congressional district and put pressure on your lawmaker to stick with the speaker. That should have been the Liberian people prerogative, right? That's what they should have done. But guess what? Like you said, everything in Liberia is seen through the lenses of CDC and Unity Party, so nobody cares about the country. They sat there, and Fonanti Kofa was illegal to remove. The removal was not unconstitutional, but it was still illegal because it was not the proper means that the argument we made. You, the people, go to your, you gotta be us, whether you Unity Party or you CDCU. I'm going to my lawmaker and threatening you, we want for the speaker to maintain his seat. But guess what? They still split. The group that were Unity Party, they supported the group that were CDC, they stay with him. So once they keep playing politics, then the result will keep being the same. Because now they're coming for Rachel Kuhn, even though Rachel Kuhn is not fanatic over, there are two different circumstances, but it's the same methodology, it's the same formula that they use to remove it. The only difference this time around is Unity Party people themselves are in the process of removing their own men. And they are coming.
Wonderful. Unity Party people.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. The question here is, we saw everything, the way in which our country resources was uselessly used just to remove Funati Kofa to get a regime speaker that will align with the Unity Party government, anything Joseph Baka won. So the removal of this regime speaker now, the deputy and ways and means, and we know that they are in line with the executive to implement all of their plans, their budget, their laws, and whatsoever. Do you think it's going to be another fight again? Because it's the going, when you go against these three people, you are going against the executive. How do you look at that?
So to that, I almost even to answer your question before you ask. But again, let me just say this, because the most said, I think the fight is coming from within. So no indications that what we are seeing here, out of the 22 lawmakers or the 24, they are all coming from the majority bloc. We haven't heard on the news yet coming from the minority bloc as to whether maybe they will join the fight or not.
Something.
They are the reformers.
Good. So for me, if they are also part, or maybe if they are cooking something among is saying, well, then let's wait and see. But if the fight is coming from within, then I think all Rejekun can now do is to peacefully resign, so that maybe the coalition can just go ahead, maybe and have new speakership elections up to maybe to the time that the president will want to address the nation, because you can't waste the people time if you do that, because they're also saying that in fact they're going to boycott, because they are saying other things, that they will boycott the president's annual message. And who want every time there will be noise, because the government people always say that the government is mature government, so they don't want noise. So for me, I think
here is what happening, right? For Nanti speakership, the opposition came from the other side, the Unity Party. This time around, it's coming from within the Unity Party own caucus or whatsoever group they claim to have, right? The majority bloc. They got a rule that say, why interfere with the enemy if they are in the process of destroying themselves? Just watch the drama. So the minority bloc is cooking something. They're doing that mathematics behind. They're putting a 1, 2, 3 together. Maybe they think, because don't forget, they're also a bloc. They were at 26 or 27. So they having their own consultation and making some calls as to what they will do next politically, to whether they can seize the speakership as well by infiltrating into the majority bloc, saying they are already split into two. Because I told you one thing, I said, the president, if I had the president, I was going to give them a couple of weeks to see what was going to happen, because I knew the opposition was going to come from their own house, from their own caucus, before the president interacts. So maybe some people in the United Party believe that we don't want to spoil the president's show. We don't want the distraction. We might as well initiate the process. Maybe the president will be in alignment with us to remove this guy, because the longer he stays, the more drama he creates. And the more drama he creates, it means it reflects negatively on the president. So why not start it from our own caucus? And I know, like I said, I can 100% guarantee you that the minority bloc is cooking something too as to how they can leverage the whole speakership vacuum, because at the end of the day, it's all about power and control. If they
so that means there will be the dependable foes.
Oh yeah, they will be the one to call the shot, because guess what? Even if there is a split in the majority bloc, they won't have the number to outrightly removing. They will still need the support of the minority bloc. That's why you go to negotiation, and then they can go beyond closed door and work out a deal to get him removed. But I know they are cooking something of their own, like I said, because they already have a body or caucus already formed in the minority bloc. So it won't be screened. For all we can get said before it happened, we just won't be on the record to be so they can say, oh, Sktv told us this was coming, and it actually came to pass. You seeing it again. Because when they tell you, say, they will deny the speaker the opening session of the legislature, they are literally telling you, say, we'll remove quorum. He won't have the number to be declared a legitimate speaker because it's a numbers game. That's what I told you guys. The same thing that they did for Natikofa. It was just a matter of time to having the Richard Coon. And guess what? A few months, less than a year. We are
what goes around comes around. The same okay that time.
You know that famous one that grew up for almost 7 months.
Oh yes, almost said the 7 months. Quorum. Every time. Okay, that's for the have quorum. Now you stand up for Richard number cool. But anyway, let us watch and see exactly what's going to happen when we enter our Monday by the grace of God. Maybe from now to Monday. But I think the other group of people, maybe they'll be doing it willingly than the previous time where they were camping here and there, carry them from hotel, having them stationed somewhere. Are they going to?
They don't need to go. They don't need to go spend time in hotel because it's a whole different body. It's the same process, but the execution is a little bit different because it's coming from their own caucus. Like I said, from the ruling party own caucus. So you gotta go at somewhere in hotel. You get me a phone call. Check with your minority whip. That's why you got a whip. The whip that'll count all the vote. Know who's on board. Know how much you got in your caucus. Who are in line. Get your talks in row and see what happened there until they call you to the negotiating table. That's all you can do. You gotta go sit down in hotel again and spend excess amount of money.
Well, but I didn't take quickly before go to the line. We gotta go to the line to interact with our people.
Go ahead. Thank you.
All right, so keep your calls coming, our people. Yes, there you have it. We have roughly about 27 more minutes to go here on our broadcast. So keep your calls coming. 0770203125. First, if you call us, tell us who your best, maybe your government officials, the entity of the year before you can maybe partake into any of our discussion. David King, go ahead, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening, Liv.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just go into the rest of the panelists. You see, Liv,
who your government official of the year? Do you have anybody in mind?
Any of them. You got to listen to my brother Ali talking about Mo Ali. Ali,
I come in.
And as a matter of fact, what Mo Ali been bragging about, it is not anything for us to rely on. Just last month, one was kind of scarce in our community.
Okay, so that go to the government entity. Do you have any other person in mind? Do you have any other?
The NEC you're talking about, somebody talking about stable electricity, stabilization. Does that come with?
All right, I think you say you don't have anybody. So let's call up. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I think my officials in the government or the lawmaker is Yaka Konda.
Okay.
That is the man I respect. And I'm getting encouraged some of our people to join
in the lower house. You talk about in the lower house, so that go to the upper house, to the House of Senate.
upper house.
Yeah, you have Edwin Melvin Snow. Thank you. Okay.
I enjoy it.
Okay, executive branch. You have anybody there from the executive?
No.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother. Okay, thank God for that. Go ahead, your name.
Yeah. This one, I'm getting
no government official, no lawmaker, nothing.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate Ali and you for what you do for me this long time. I just want to appreciate Ali especially. I thank you for what you did for me this long time.
Thank God, at least. Thank you, my dear brother.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. Yeah, thank you. Uncle Brian Tate is here. Uncle, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Mom, and Ali. I mean, thank you guys so much. Happy New Year to come in the next maybe 75 hours, something like that, or 72 hours. We hope to see the time and let God bless us for the 26th.
Amen.
But I was listening to you guys, and I'm not here to pray. But the analysis you made, I want to have another side of it.
Okay.
And when you elect government, actually, you elect government to do good things. You don't elect government to do bad things.
Exactly.
So when they do good things, it's a advantage to them. Even though we will benefit from a good thing, but it's a advantage for them to continue to win the mindset. But let me go to the point in the legislature. And you know, the guys then who already forming themselves.
I'm a reformist.
And watch my words. If all these things go well, and when they say they go and fight for the people for election, someone part of the elected people. And President Ouattara was supposed to father. Watch my lip. So
I mean, even when they have him or maybe removed, the never state campaign to become or maybe to be speaker.
I say when it comes when they reach to the point of removal, someone father will be deleted. I'm telling you something.
All right.
Watch my lip.
All right. I know, Uncle. All right, thank you, Uncle.
So let me get it. Let me get it in from Uncle. Wait till the next call on. Go ahead, maybe.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't understand your uncle last point. He's saying Thomas Fala will be removed or he will be the next speaker.
He's saying that even though the lesson will come out, but at the end of the day, Thomas Fala may likely be deleted or maybe they may be deleted from the name of
the list of contestant, right? All right. Now I got it.
Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Lebo.
Yes, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lebo. Lebo, there is our there is some here. I'm not a discussion for Kumunga Maki, the legacy of former president here.
Okay.
Lebo, you ask a question: who is the lawmaker or who is my lawmaker for the year, right?
Yeah.
Lebo, there's a thing like that where a man is say a lie, he get a marriage flower. Therefore, in a public manner, I would like to appreciate on the removability.
Okay.
On the removability is my non-become. That is not in development. This man, if everybody was like giving government this one, I think like, well, I'm very appreciative you. My gesture, this is number 7 in my country. And I'm very, whatever you ask, I mean, thank you very much for doing a hard job. Therefore, so the issue of the capital building like discussed about or this guy making food. Therefore, you know what I mean about it is minority black. Therefore, the environment that is coming from ourselves, that bringing the people up, therefore, I was going to just start a strategy that I will just put and just be there for the government to be empowered. Yes, the government is fight for the people start to bring the environment and for themselves. So, in our heart, as part of the minority black, myself, we will just decide to kind of strategy that will just make our men to be there for the government to be empowered.
Thank you so much. Keep your calls coming 0770 Honorable Musa Zambelete, Yeke Koruba, Edwin Melvin Slow are the names so far. So again, keep your calls coming 0770 203125. Who your government official of the year? Those of you who can also call to defend. It's time now you call in and tell us who your government official of the year. Who that person that you think at least they're trying, because you know, man, the presidency you can listen. Hello? Yeah, my brother, good evening, go ahead.
Yeah, Peter Derika from another street like in Roger. Thank you for a fascinating discussion this evening. For the lower house that I think the best lawmakers I get, we have Honorable Musa Bility and Yeke Koruba, the upper house, and Senator Lieutenant Magiu. But when it comes to the executive, I think they have performed testimony, the school due. Let me tell you, when it comes to the electricity, it should not be, and water should not be attributed to the government. They met these things. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Liberians are speaking out to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Bibo, and good evening to your brother Aliu.
Yes, my brother. Good evening to you too. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Ayuba. I do join from Ghana, Virtual University. Let me say, Shoe Factory.
Okay.
Maybe you see the parent that they do. Even if I say, if they don't want to flat or issue.
Okay, please grade them. Please give or in fact, please tell us who your government official or lawmaker, or maybe from the executive end, if you have anybody there, please tell us. We want to know.
You know, they have a lot of brilliant men in our house that are working the interest, see how best they can work in the interest for the people. More especially for us. But you know what? It will not work because we have a president that don't want to see people that will be pushing the interest of the Nazi.
So you don't have anybody from the house?
No, for now, I'm not president, but I don't have anybody there because the president.
How about the executive?
But maybe you see your people imagination to hear the president that entire moral is many sweet. to say, I will go down the street tomorrow to go behind people also to see how it is. No.
All right, so you get tell who you're part of people to you too, they all to go. So this my water good evening. Well, I don't know what happened. I think she stepped off the line. Today other caller good evening.
So thank you, Mabel. There's the odds of Prince Scholar again.
My dear brother, happy pre-New Year to you.
Same to you, brother. Same to you. The one thing is the at least the 12th thing. So you talk about lawmaker of the year. So let me give a thumbs up. Though I'm not part of his party, but I have sat and see the level of work being done. Musa Hassan Belete today, when you enter Nema in District 7, you will see a lot of roads connectivities. So I give a thumbs up to him, and he's my lawmaker of the year. From the angle of the executive, I think the LEC boss, yes, let me give a thumbs up to him, and that of the management of the LPRC, looking at the petroleum price being very stable. So when it comes to the issue, I think last night I said it. Look, I was privileged today to lay my hand on some of their rules 42.1 state. Every member shall at any place keep the prestige and dignity of the house of legislature, refrain for all describable acts. So fanatic Richard Langley Cone, he has breached the dignity and prestige of the house of legislature. Look, when you get reason to do something, please do it. So I'm backing anybody, any signature that will be that they will solicit when it comes to the removal of Richard Langley Cone. He has breached the dignity and prestige, which is Rule 42.1 of the rule.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, my love is all the year. 2 person in our stand. And it says, I having anything true. So any country.
Okay.
Then the minister of
Okay. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. I hope Mong taking note. To this call, my water, good evening. I don't know, you just leave me off the line. But go ahead. Hello? All right. To this call, good evening.
This is the voice of the common people chairman.
Okay.
This time, Father for the say that we go. I will serve for honor call
Who your lawmaker, or maybe you don't have, or maybe who your president of the year? Please tell us. We want to know.
Thank you. That question is very much beautiful. And technology, give you that question to ask for you, receive to you by the Holy Spirit. So let me get the question quickly. When people are alive, you have a kid in there and you flower. But before I gave him a representative, I'm not going to give you the lawmaker of the year, I'm going to give you representative of the year. But before I give you representative of the year, let's tell you my premier quickly. You see those guys in the house of
so you got to make it. We don't have time. Other people do want to learn, please. Yeah, when we come to another time, then we'll beg you, Chief. Don't eat all of our time.
Now, hold on, then catch up by the president.
Yeah, we'll talk that one next time. We are lawmaker of the year. Please tell us so we can move forward, beg you, Chief.
My representative of the year is T.O.P. Willie. Because after all the struggle, we are taking our time. I all call they're calling and taking second party and representing like people.
Okay.
People are not representing like you, they are representing.
Okay, from the executive. From the executive.
So therefore, none of them I can do.
Okay, from the executive, you have anybody? You will be complaining that we talk about your people, we call you will be explaining who. So let's call up. Good evening. Yeah, thank you, my dear. Good evening, Mama. Thank you so much for joining us and compliment of the season.
Yeah, okay, listen to you. Okay, my lawmaker of the year is Musa Terete for the lower house.
Okay.
For senator, I see nobody yet. And then when it comes to the discussion of Thomas Fala, you see the body language on the president in local way. Thomas Fala was shaking out and president here, you see the body language. Thomas Fala was there, you were there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So my water, I don't know what happened with your phone. Well, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, good evening to everybody with your family. I want to say good evening to them.
Okay, good evening.
I want to use this platform to tell Matale, thank you very much. And more, I want to question. Why I can't hear my son Steve? My son Steve, I can't hear him talking.
Steve, go for a break. They may also be joining us very soon. Steve, go for a break.
All right.
Yeah.
Therefore, I want to tell you about the scripture, Romans chapter 12 for 11. He said, "Those that support evil will never depart from them."
Oh.
The president of this nation, he supported plenty evil in this country when he let them go with all. Bloodshed in this country. The matter saw in shoot up a platform, and so that period people now, and causing those deaths to the devil to be putting your death to the devil. The devil has to go back to God and ask for mercy. That thing aside the whole day, that that's the beginning. My son, Mabel, you're just watch out.
Thank you. Keep the calls coming. We'll take a few more calls, then we'll go back to our team of panelists this evening so that we all can wrap things up. Yeah, but again, keep your calls coming. Tell us who your best government officials, or better say your lawmakers, or that person that you think have been doing well. You know, don't be speaking behind the same. Sometimes you talk, but tell us exactly who that person, so that maybe we don't know. Because there are some people too who've been working hard, and some of the names that have been called here, yes, indeed, they are all names that we've been hearing about. Yeah, my dear, okay, thank God for life. Good evening, go ahead, your name.
I'm thankful for you for this resources for Virginia.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
We're going to appreciate we can call out for his boldness.
Okay.
You know, he leadership will love people who are bold. Although we are not seeing some development, although he's doing some development, but we are not seeing all, but I must appreciate him for boldness. Okay. And also that goes to Honorable Hassan Berete for his development that he's carrying on in this country. But maybe when it comes to the executive, we are very much disappointed from you to be talking to you about the United Party.
But they will not trust you. That's the thing. Even I agree with you, my brother, but they will not want to even trust you.
People, they are not correct. So we put them there just to be removing speaker. They can use and don't overlook it. Any news there's something. There's anyway you see smooth fire there. They can call that thing on the air before moving financial cover. He said there is a plan. A plan against financial cover like no you can let trouble. And we didn't go 3 months. They removed financial cover. This is another issue that is going on. So this is like was there for. Oh, maybe let's go be with you.
All right. Thank you, man dear. Thank you so much. 0770-203125. You know, sometimes when you stand up and say, yes, I supported this person, but their actions, I don't like their actions, they will say, no, you don't support because why you want to critique or why you want to criticize. Today's call up. Good evening. Yeah, man, dear, good evening. Go ahead. Sorry, I think you are low. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been around for long. Remember, I'm Ellis Pool, actually from Lima District 7 in Palm City.
Yeah, thank you, my brother, for joining us from Lima.
Thank you. Remember, if I want a great lawmaker, I will create the demonstration on the rule of law. So let me first begin with my own country. So I want to be great 2 representatives. One had to do with Honorable Musa Berede of District 7 in Lima, and the second one had to do with District 9. Remember, those guys stood their ground. It's not all because of opposing breaches, but they protect the constitution of this country. So the question we're asking the corridor member, some of us, to our representatives who were all on the social media, the different radio platforms saying that political were corrupt. Why are the evidence today that they cannot provide to their own American people? Right? So, if all were brave lawmakers in America,
So
we bring those down and people who protecting the rule of law of this country.
So do you have anybody from the executive side? You have anybody?
On the executive side.
Yeah, maybe you have superintendent, you have maybe development superintendent, or you have city, or you have anybody in mind?
Oh yeah. Actually, the county superintendent, she is doing well, but she's also work in line with the constitution. It is true that you're doing some development, but at least let the county be in the know how you're using that performance.
All right. Thank you, my brother. We got to hold no time to this caller. Good evening.
Mabel, how you doing?
We thank God for life, my dear brother.
Thank you very much. This is Neighbor Sidiki. I'm calling for Neighbor County, special tank for Sophia, please. I'm here for the first one, but I'm monitoring 2 FM.
Thank you, my dear brother, for following Truth FM there in Nima. That's good.
Okay, thank you. You see, there's a Senegal government, it is joking. There's a civil and health market, it ain't even pay. But people remove it very easy. You know, the father is in their own house. So I'm not asking the other people, the minority group, we should not say, but I just say, look at them fight their own government. Let's go look for them. Let's get the other way, man. So government, it's not going to score them. I'm not saying, it's not easy. You need to be right there, not easy yet. So everything is just set up.
All right. Do you have any lawmaker of the year? You have any executive person or somebody from the executive end that maybe your official?
Yeah, I got great song.
Okay.
But that lawmaker is Musa Hassan Benedi. That's the Baba. Yaka Kolba. And in the Senate, I get clear to 2 persons. In the person or the public senator, and the Mary Snow. That's the Baba. The market senator. So in the executive 0.
Wow, executive 0. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Mom. I hope you are listening to this. Maybe second to the last caller quickly, then we'll go. Yes, good evening, my brother.
Good evening, sir. My name is Samuel Kedo, calling you from Bonkade District 1.
Is it Samuel Kedo?
Is it Samuel Kedo?
For the law, I agree, or when that of Musa Hassan Benedi and Yaka Kolba.
All right. 3%, but we wanted at least maybe at most 2, but since you said 3, well, no problem. Then we will do the maybe the day. But go ahead.
For the offer of the president, I don't get no interest.
Oh.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you. But what's the name again, sorry?
I'm Samuel Kedo, calling for District 1.
Oh, okay. Samuel Kedo. You said Dodo. All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Samuel Kedo from Bon County. Mark, I don't know, but let's go ahead because yeah, we want our people to hear us before we close in time. Yeah. So people, if you just joining, yes, Mark, we just listen to our people, and some of them they choose 2, 3 of people that they think that are at least far better than the other. But what say you? What you want to give us or maybe update on the results if you have it there?
Yeah, I mean, it was overwhelming. I mean, the consensus is clear. Right? It's Chairman Billington now and Yeke Koluba. At least he can both of those 2. The only thing I say is when you have lawmakers, because they are a body, so you want them making move on behalf of the Liberian people in terms of legislative caucuses and getting things done. So we got an individual. Nobody can argue with that. I think it's been a consensus. Other outlet conducted a simple, and Chairman Billington now is the only one to rub shoulder now with Yeke Koluba when it comes to individual performances. But at the end of the day, when it comes to lawmakers, it's not about the individual performances. Maybe from the executive, you can use that yardstick, but you're looking at the house, you want result, you want resolution, you want build, you want laws that will benefit the most in the country. But the one thing I noticed is nobody is kind of a bullish about the executive. People calling it 0, and now one person, not 2 persons. That's a message to the rescue mission and the executive. That's why I'm saying for year number 3, you don't want no drama, but this guy already setting the stage for drama, and this drama might even be bigger than even the previous drama, especially coming from within house of the majority black. So the most we can say, maybe tomorrow will be the last day of the new year, and I know the new year we can already project that it will be nothing more than drama on steroids. It will be worse than maybe what we wasted during the Fanatikova saga. And I just hope the executive got their own game plan in place just to mitigate the distraction or the disruption.
That's the point,
Because
no?
at the end of the day, no matter what, it will always reflect on the president's watch. So when you are president or you're the leader, you want to be preemptive, you want to have your plan B. Once you get signal from the house and you know where the thing is going, no, you want to nip it quick and be done with it. Very, very quick in a rapid response way and be done with it, because I don't think the president has the luxury of time to be going. I mean, the fanatic cover situation was already exhausting. Then you just from fanatic cover can't jump the
Yeah,
rocket.
you
No,
don't
you
even
don't
go
want
2-3 years at least. What? Yeah, man. Mark, it's so a serious development. You don't look so kind of way to me. But again, Mark, another thing before we cross over to Brother Ali, so that we can go home for the day because no time over there.
Well, not much. I mean, I guess seeing something happen in the international scene. There was a protest today in Iran, and it just reminded me of the situation that happened in Liberia when you suppress people and you play politics with almost everything. And when you want to mix religion and politics, it become a problem. And we're talking about inflation. I keep saying, anytime in politics, pocketbook issue. My man, you're feeding your children's school fee, your bills. It does not know a political party. So when the economy is not doing better, trust me, it will come back to haunt you. There is nothing you can do when the economy is not doing great. And we're seeing that Iran is experiencing hyperinflation, that entire domestic currency crumble. And the inflation now is almost at 47%. So the regular people in Iran can no longer stand it. They had to jump on the street, and it's spreading to university campus. They're talking about death to the supreme leader and all that stuff. That's how bad it is when you are under economic pressure. So we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow and close the year on a high note for Sktv, and then we'll see what we'll do next year. Maybe I will.
Wonderful, my dear brother. Thank you. Brother Ali, what say you? We gotta go. More just say something. Maybe we'll put it on tomorrow, some of the international news, because there are so many things happening though. When it comes to around the world, there are so many things happening. The China and other Taiwan, so many news. But maybe we'll chip you almost everything tomorrow. But Brother Ali, what say you? We gotta go.
Thanks to the callers, and we know that Chemability and Mr. Koluba, the two of them, I think they won the trophy today, and we look forward for a better show again tomorrow. Every day we come here, we say things that always we always be proving right. And again, like someone said, no matter how it is, Thomas Fala will be proven, but this battle is even to get rid of Thomas Fala. So if we say Thomas Fala will be choosing, we don't know how that's going to be. Maybe the executive, they are going to put their weight behind Thomas Fala again. And our money speaking, we know what happened during the removal of Kufa, our money game, and it was sponsored by the executive. So maybe they want to sponsor Fala again, but I want the three of them to go. So I stand with the reformists or whatsoever formists.
Thank you, my dear brother. Even though there are other people, there are other Liberians who are also saying that if Jeff Kofa are going to remain, then that means the government is going to be one of the best, because you know what it means to have opposition speaker. That don't tell you that indeed that you are 100% mature as they call themselves. But again, from all indications, there will be tensions. Like I said yesterday, there will be noise in, noise out. So expect all of this thing happening next year, beginning January, because of all of the happening of the speaker Wahala. So hopefully by January, maybe the noise, if the month said, if our president will be able to control or to put everything under control, then then that would be good, because we don't want every time noise in, noise out. Oh yes, after 1 year again, and then another change of speakership, no, this kind of thing. Then you want us now to be judging between the past government and that of this government when it comes to the issue of controlling speaker, or maybe having speaker under control, because we didn't see the kind of noise for the past 6 years, and now that we're witnessing every time the noise of speakership and so forth. But Mark, thanks to all of you, our people, our listeners, our viewers, and those of you who are always calling on this show. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to our head of radio and programs, O'Neill Sumba Ramos, our dynamic CEO liability, Mr. Kane, will also join us hopefully next year, including Steve. So those of you who always been asking, these people will be here with us next year. Thank you so much. And we got to go, Monk. Want to wish you all of the best. All of our supporters, our well-wishers, I've seen Robert. Facility Jack is already here with us, my brother. Good night to all of you. We are now going to watch at least our football games. Those of us who love sports, we're going to watch our games. and we lost our mentor because it's not easy. When a man like Bill Wahala, you'll be sick almost every day. So good night, people. We'll see you on tomorrow by the grace of God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the parents from them. The work of my life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Napagina ya tumale, Sktv, ena Napagina, tosi wako maya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.